Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Satisfactory, and for today, we are going to finish off this part of the factory, and for that we're going for the end products with our assemblers. And I was thinking of maybe making even more than we were planning to. And I still need to find room to fit everything. In the meantime, in between episodes, I made sure that all the conveyor belts will line up. They were powered up so they can instantly go once we attach the assemblers. And I put up the amount of boxes we probably gonna produce with all the items we have. So I can start working on that as well. And beside that, I made sure that we have our concrete situation worked out. So right here we have there a limestone, and here we have a nice little old factory just processing all that so we can use it, going up the lift in the conveyor belts all the way back to a factory with a nice little pole midway just to make sure that everything stays right up into the air. So yes, I think we are ready. We just need to go to the top and start moving. And we want to make it as tight as possible so that if we want to add stuff to it at some point, we have the room. I just hope it's enough. Alright, so this is where our lines are coming in. I think sheets, rods and wire. So let's stand on top and start making it. What it is, we need 2 assemblers for the stitch plates. Then we need 2 for our frames. I think after that we're gonna go towards the encasing side of things. Alright, perfect. So yes, stitched iron plate. Meaning we want to have 1 line on top and 1 line at the bottom. Do we have enough room for that? Should technically work. Alright, so it means we have to split it. Oh, like 1 notch to the side would have been perfect. No, it should make itself into the wall. Would have looked more beautiful. That's a little bit further behind. Yeah. And my mind's already now saying that I want to have it a bit more, then might as well. Because we do have to look at it for the rest of our playthrough, so let's make it the way we want it to. Okay. That's for the actual. Having said that, might as well first place everything here too. Alright. just remove the bottom. You can fill those things in. Alright, so we need one on top, one at the bottom. Do you want to go straight out of it to the top? We could. Alright, it's going into that. And I don't think we need it in anything but these, so it should be good. Those are the plates, perfect. And it's straight enough. If we want to tap it, we can. All right. Iron plate and the wire. Alright, so these ones are made, and we'll get that part when we move out of here. So now that we have the reinforced plate, what we want to go for next is our modular frames, which of course needs our end product for a reinforced plate and the iron rods in order to make them. So preferably you want to have it a little bit further along here. Or do we just want to attach it straight ahead? Want to make sure we have enough room for it to play around with it. Yes. Oh, that's too tight. Too tight. It won't work away. Nah, that's too bad. Because we want to combine the plates and then push one over to the next assembler, and the other one will need to go into storage. So let's see what we need for the follow-up, because we have the steel pipes that only needs constructor. This same as well for the encased beams. Still don't need it, but once we get to this part, then the end product need to get over towards the manufacturer, which we will have to place somewhere else because there's definitely not going to be enough room for here. Meaning we're going to have a constructor working this. Assembler, one constructor for two constructors for the pipes, and then one assembler for the encased beams, and then the result of the encased beams will then go to that. So we need at least room for two constructors and another 3 assemblers. It's going to be tight. We need a little bit more room. Okay, I think we might need to see how it can work out. And a splitter, the same end. I mean, then we need room in order for us to work the other side, because if I do it this close, I cannot put the other one next to it when I split out the plates for the next target, so we need a little bit more room for that. And I can switch that one to the other side. It's gonna clip straight through or just past? No, it's gonna clip straight through. No, no, no. We don't want that. No, we don't want it. Same thing. Yeah, we might need to customize that. Then put a splitter on top. All right. All right, so that's it. We have the frames here. Watch the frames, the plates are there. And then the end result comes together and then needs to get off to the side for one to in storage, another side to be used for the heavy modular frames. So that's done. Having said that, I was thinking if you want to have the frames also go into storage, we need to split it off somewhere. So what if we make this one into a smart splitter? Or just a normal splitter? Okay, so if we make this, we're gonna have like 11, that's like roughly being made. We need 3 here, 3 there, that's 6, so we have plenty left. So do a smart splitter on overflow. That should be well enough. Ah, we need to replace that then. What are you doing? Really? And of course, we need to... It's a merger here, and the splitter is the one next to it. Yeah. Alright. think we're there. Then this one we can do any, and overflow. And then can put this straight towards the storage box. Maybe even go through the floor here and then straight onwards to that one. Alright, so that's been settled. And there we have a way out. We can work that in when we finish it off. And this is just the end product. And we, just before the manufacturer, we'll do the split for there. We'll have 4 modular frames being made per minute. I know the heavy modular frame needs more for base values, but I'm gonna slow it down to lower production in order to get what we want. So next in line, 2 constructors. And 1 assembler. An assembler can be a bit more out on the line. Let's just merge it first before we start messing about with it. And we don't need to have any of this stored, so that's good. Oh, we could even put it way back. I'm seeing. Yeah, because I want to save up enough room that the other lines can still work their magic. Let's do it again. Already very willing to fill it all in, isn't it? Yes, of course. And since we only have 1 assembler, we don't need to split it afterwards, and it doesn't go into any. Does that work? No, it goes through, and you know what we say about that? We don't like that. Like that I can accept, and then it's like bend to get it in there. Yes, that works a lot better. And then we have our encased beams. Most technically it's encased pipe if you want to be technical about it. Alright, so that means that's what we have right now. Ah, yes. That's the thing I didn't think about. We need a splitter so that part of the pipe can go for the heavy encased frame, the other one for the encased pipes. So yes. And of course, I'm literally missing an inch here. That's fine. Hey, wait. Ah, no more AI limiters. I'm already through my entire batch, really? Yeah, I should have restocked before I start the episode. I think that's also a thing, but we have so many things in the cloud now. We can build a lot of things without any regrets. And I'm guessing for now any bot is smart in case we want to make it into an overflow instead of an any. Depends on how it goes when we try to balance it later on. Alright, that means we have all the components here. We just need to make location for our manufacturer, and on top of here, definitely no room. So what I'm thinking about is potentially make like a small factory here, or we can just make a big old platform on top. I think that might look a bit ugly, but it would technically be like a very unique form, but would it work? It doesn't matter where we build it, we can make our conveyor belts go towards it no matter where we make it. Don't want it on top of our storage shed, because if we then want to make some struts underneath it to carry the whole weight, it's gonna make it look really weird. Then you need to make a different design. This is definitely, I don't want to move it over the railroad, the normal road, but it would look nice having the building next to it in order to look at it as we are coming down. Oh, this thing is so big. It's so big. No, it doesn't fit really nicely there. Alright. You know what? Fudge it. Let's just make it on top of here. And we'll just figure it out how to make the platforms and all that. First you build it and then you make the rest around it a solution. Makes it more interesting. Alright, so we got 4 lines that are needing to come in, want to go out. I think this might be the better shape for it. This is definitely gonna be like a separate machine attaching to the build. I might even make it into like a glass container around it, just because it's so different and so big. Yeah, I think that would work. Then we have the alternative frame. Like that modular frame. We don't have enough. This is not enough. So yeah, we're gonna really start minimizing that. And I was thinking maybe... Oh. Two per minute. Maybe 1.5 even. Because it doesn't matter how much we make, the fact that we are making them, because like I said before, it's not going into the next structure, it's just I want to have at least some heavy modular frames being made, so we can use it for recipes to complete phase 3. I already have an idea when I want to have, where I want to make the one that's going into a different production. For future builds, for now I just want to have it some out there. And we also need just base concrete as well. Interesting. Yes, alright. That just means we need to balance a lot of stuff. So for now, let's power up this station. I will connect the belts all the way over there and make the other one go towards the outside, where it needs for the storage. Let's do one more thing before then. I want to have here in the corner the sink. I'm gonna make sure that it fits. This is one of those things that you want to have some elevation so you can actually see how it lands on the floor. Yeah, there's where we want it. And then tag the other stuff around it. We can later then just clear out. You know what? Let's make it a little bit more in the middle. It's such a big, gigantic building. It needs room. It really does. That way it fits a little bit better. All right. So I'm gonna put all the wiring up for these. Do the conveyor belts. And start working on the walls a little bit, and I'll meet you all in, well, in a few hours after I've played along with it. And yeah, it's gonna be a slight conveyor hell, but could be fun, wouldn't it? Alright, so see you in a little bit. Alright, then we're back, and I have to say I did a little bit more than I planned to, and I needed to work around a few places just to make everything work. So let's have a look around, shall we? As always, the camera works very well. I needed to get a little bit creative in connecting the manufacturer, and I think I managed pretty well. I'm very happy with it. The uniformity between the lines, that are each just the same width apart. That way we had to make sure that the concrete came from the other way around, which also worked very well with the fact that this is where it came in. Sorry about the darkness, I haven't put any lights in yet. Therefore also decided that the outside here, we're gonna make it into like a greenhouse, like a separate section which is in the same style as our concrete little farm over there, which I think worked very nicely. And while I was attaching this all together, I noticed that I had my cable and my copper sheets not into our storage. So what I did is I added the two from it as well, and then I continued on with completing the outside of our storage like we did in our other base location. And just like there, they're all on the network now, so they're all uploading into the cloud, so we have access to it whenever we need to. And of course with that I make sure that all walls are prepped. The only thing I need to do is just to lock it up and make it work. So let's see how far the camera will take us. Also make sure to get rid of all excess flooring, because you know how I work. I floor the entire place, then I build on it, and whatever we don't need I remove it, so we have some more greenery on around our factories, which I like. And of course a pillar to make sure the whole manufacturer is very stabilized and works in with the environment. I think it works really well. And on the other side, of course, we have a nice pillar here to hold up the line that's coming from there. Make sure that it was perfectly centered. And here we did the same. We built a wall around it in the same style we've done with other miners. Just try to keep the same style alive everywhere, and remove any excess, well, flooring so we have some more green and personality to it. And I think it worked really well. I think I'm very happy with how everything turned out around here. It does seem like we are at the edge of our camera range. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, well, window everything up and then give you one more flyby of the entire place. And then we can call this one done. And then we can decide what we want to do next. Because, as I was busy, I did notice something. And let me go here. And that's this. This is what we are consuming right now, which is very well below the line of what we have. So it's okay. But if you look very closely, we are producing 3000. But if every machine was working on full capacity, we would be over it by 300. And that's dangerous. I know that we have a big part here for my phase 3 completion. I have a few machines there working on full Summers loop capacity, so that drains our power a lot. But the fact that it's above this line, I think I have a new project already in mind, which will be our fuel generators. Yes, and then like I said before in previous episodes, I want to play around with that. I've never used turbo fuel, so I want to do it here. I did the numbers. It's gonna be a massive build. It's the biggest build I've ever done. I'm relatively sure about that. We're gonna start that on the next episode. The list to the side is just what it is. We need 9 assemblers and 16 refineries just to get the turbo fuel out the door. Yeah, that's how big it's gonna be. And if everything is working correctly, we will be able to fill 39 generators with turbo fuel to give us power. It will give us such a boost that will be good for quite a while. At least past the point where I've played to in our season 1 let's play. So it will shuttle us forward into the future. And like I said, I do not plan to give up on finishing this one. I want to see the end, and we will. Even with upcoming changes to the channel, this series will be live until we reach the end. Even if there's no one watching, I need to do it for myself, because I love this game. It's a personal project of mine, and we're gonna make it happen. But for now, let's board everything up here and then show you how it's done. So see you in a few minutes. Alright, back where we started, but now it's all closed up to the public. I think the glasswork looks really nice when it's fully filled in. Nice shine of the light upon that during the day. And yes, I do still need to arrange lighting in places, but other than that, it works really, really great. And our sink is starting to be used as well. The boxes are being filled up. So let's take a quick look around the premises, shall we? Like I said, I've boarded up all the windows. If I miss one, we'll fill it up straight away, but it should be good. Here's our general entrance where we have all our basic works, the constructors and all that. And I made a staircase that we can go upstairs. Because I've said it before, I love the fact if I have a factory that I can just walk around it. Mostly. Like a little bit jumping here and there don't hurt. And we are here for all the lines coming in. And then we go up even further to the top floor where our assembly line is, and of course our magnificent, beautiful manufacturer making those heavy frames. So yeah, I think in the end, I think our factory looks really nice. And as always, if you are interested in looking at certain parts a little bit more in detail, just let me know in the comments and I will dedicate a part of an episode towards it. But I like it. Yeah, and will these belts always be full? Probably not, because everything that's accessed will be go straight into the sink, but they're there and they're actively being used. So plates, screws and rods, and I think this is the frames and this is the stitch plates. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, And to show you of the one bit that I forgot, and we just basically, well, made a solution. Like here we have the cable coming in. When we pass the wires, we move them up in the roll so we can get it outside the door, then straight into the storage bin. Same with here. We forgot about this. That's where it all accumulates. Up to the ceiling, out the door, and also straight into well, our storage facility. And having said that, our storage facility, as always, you know, I like to be able to work and look at my machine, so here we are. And to be honest, it looks so much more clean than my previous build where I had to do this, and it's all thanks to the brilliant addition of being able to put smart splitters on our elevators. It makes for such a difference and makes it so much cleaner, because the boxes arrange everything, and in the middle we split it out if there's an overflow to push it all the way to the sink, and it makes for such a more tightly run ship here, and I love that. And that's where it ends up, in our storage, with of course the standard format of the pictures. Everyone is being used, not one single one that's being empty because I miscalculate the amount of boxes. Yes, that did happen. So yeah, that is perfect. So it's in the cloud, so we can pick it out from there if we need it, but we can also pick it up here if we need it for bigger projects. So we know where it is, and we have the road here to get us to it brilliantly. Alright, so that means that we have only one thing to do before I end up today's episode, and that is I'm going to make a beeline to what I always call the blue crater, where we're gonna have our fuel generator facility, the one we're gonna start off on the next one. Yes, because with that much power we're gonna add to it, yeah, the sky's the limit. So I will see you when I get there, and then we'll lay out how we're gonna start on the next episode with that. Because I would love to be able to make the preparations, maybe even build all the refineries and assemble. Well, refineries you probably do them together, but the assemblers and getting the sulfur and the coal line set up to make compacted coal, yeah, that's heavy detail work. Just getting all the way from the resource, which is from a pretty big spot. Yeah, that's something I want to have done before we start it. I think we can definitely do that. So, see you when we get to the lake. Alright, and we're back. Well, we are at the Blue Crater Lake facility here. And yeah, this is how we left it. I placed one of this and here just so I could, well, calculate the numbers of what I needed. That's how I figured out what I needed for the refinery and for my assemblers. So yeah, where are we gonna place things? Because like that's where we have the two oil things set up for, well, getting the crude oil, which is gonna be like 360, which is a lot. And all the refineries I'm planning to put here on top. It has to be room for 16. And then right here I'll add a few more extra flooring so we can round it up. And then we're close enough to the crude oil that we can get it here. It should be powerful enough to get it up there. If not, we'll just blast it along with some extra pumps, but it should be good. Then for our compacted coal, let's stand it up here so we don't get in trouble. I want to take the coal we have here. We got 2 nodes here, 2 up there. We only need 240 to make all the compacted coal we need, but I might as well make tap whatever we have here and down here. I just need to make sure where I want to put it exactly. I want to make that facility, which will be 3 layers of 3 assemblers, maybe 2 layers of 4 or 5, just to clump them together. And this then where we put the coal, and all the way back there, that thing that just popped in, the big mushroom, right behind it we have 3 sulfur nodes there. one impure, one normal, and one pure, giving us more than enough to use. And I'm going to tap all 3 of them and bring it all the way over here. Yes, we will be in excess of what we actually need to use for the 9 assemblers, but then we have them here at the base. So if we want to build other stuff here with the same resources, or if we just want to collect it and transport it to another location where we can actually make use of it, then we have it and we don't have to build it again. So those are the things that we are going to do on the next one. In between episodes, I will probably make the assembler factory here and make sure that we tap the coal and the sulfur, because that is like really, it's going to be a lot of work, and I might brick up the entire lake, because once we're done, all the lake will be used for putting the generators there, and it's going to be a massive amount. It's going to be 40 fuel generators, and those things are big as it is. It's going to take up a lot of room, and this here in the middle, this little island, that's of course going to be for a future geyser generator, which we still have to unlock, which by the time we're done with this phase, we'll have all the resources needed to unlock it, and we will. So, a lot of work to be done between the episodes, but we got this. We definitely got this. It's going to be interesting, because we're going to have turbo fuel, and I'm saying 39 fuel generators, so I can have a little bit left to put it into boxes so we can actually use it for transport. That instead of having this fuel, we'll have the other, and that will also enhance the capabilities we have with that. I have no idea how it's going to feel, but I'm going to be very curious about it. And we can also use that fuel then in our buggies, which should raise our acceleration and top speed by a lot, making it easier to travel in style. Yeah, and I'm also in the background trying to think of how I want to implement my train stations, because the one thing I want to have like a train going all around the map, so we can use it to easy travel to any location we want. And I also want to use that same train track to usher resources from one location to the other, what the actual purpose of the train is. But I have to come up with a style of making it, because yes, I would love to have places that go on the floor through all the forest and stuff like that, but they also will have to have it up high, just like our road, and need to see how I want to do that. I was thinking of probably using something in the thing of big frames and small frames and that kind of stuff to hold everything up with beams and all that kind of stuff, make it a little bit more metallic looking. I think that would be a great look, but once I have an idea, I'll show it in one of the future episodes. And once I do, then we're going to start dazzling with the roads. We're going to go wild. Definitely. But for now, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and be back next time, because we got a very powerful episode coming up. So until then, bye-bye.